What do you think is the biggest misconception that entrepreneurs face when they're starting their business?
They think they're gonna make it or not. You know, there's always more. They asked me about dreaming, I said, you never stop dreaming. And they also think that sometimes, some entrepreneurs believe that the result is why they go to work. You go to work because the work is prayer. You go to work because the work is inspiring. And you give what you like. You know, if you're a true entrepreneur, you give what you want to receive. And that process, you know, is something that people sometimes, they say, oh, look, they're making money doing that, let's do that. I mean, there are people who are numbers people and actually get their inspiration from counting, from organizing, from putting things in place, and what they're selling doesn't matter. But then most entrepreneurs do things out of passion, do things that they love, and they give people things that they love, and that's a process. It enhances them, and it fuels them.
Thank you.
My question is, what would you say to small business owners who are looking to take their company to the next level when they're like looking for backing or funding from different people? What would you say to them?
Well, first thing you do is put the numbers together.
Mhm.
If you have growth and you have, a good business plan,
Mhm.
people, there's plenty of money out there.
Mhm.
If you're doing a good job and if you have a proper business plan and if it shows growth and great potential, then you should be able to get it funded. But you have to go through that real process. You
Mhm.
can't just, you can't have your information on a napkin. You gotta put it together, right?
Mhm.
To own it.
Mhm.
Just the way you copyright a business idea is the way you put it on paper and in a way that people can understand a business plan. And if it includes growth, then funding it is not an issue. It has to include real success, or you have to build up that success, and then have that business plan reflect that when it's ready.
Hi. My question is, what has been your worst advice that you have gotten and received throughout your business career? Because we always talk about all the positive things, but what has been the worst advice?
This idea that money is going to make you happy, or that money is going to be the result of your work, and that's, why it makes sickness. Artists say, they rap about money, right? Get this new car and all that, and they rap about that. And then they love this process. Sometimes they're sweet Jehovah Witness boys who become rappers. They break their mama's mold because they rap. Mostly they're just good kids. And they rap, and then they get this hit record. And they rap about junk, about stuff they want to get, and they also rap about being tough, right? But they really love their life so much. They love God, they love their life, they love rapping, the poetry, and then they get the stuff. And the stuff becomes so anticlimactic. You get in the car, you drive around the corner, you say, is that it? That's it? And that makes you sick. It makes the sickness so much that that same person who rapped about being tough, who would never risk his life, is now shooting at people and getting shot at. And he's tough because his life doesn't mean as much to him. Because he's now discovered that what he thought made him happy didn't make him happy, but he forgot what made him happy was the work itself, the prayer. So they forget the prayer. And that is an important thing. People, again, focus on results, and they focus on the wrong results, many times because our society teaches us that. So this little Jehovah's Witness boy goes to jail, he has this experience, and then one day he comes back home and he realizes what's important is here, not out there. So that idea that you're going to get something when it's just a cycle of giving is what you should be, focused on. That'll promote happiness. Tall boy experience?
Yeah, it's the Tallboy experience.
Okay, I like that.
Met you out in Vegas for CES, and with YouTube and Vimeo as major sources for original content, do you have any plans of working with that company, or what are you doing?
I just started ADD. I'm at work every day building content. I got a lot of content waiting to launch. I work every day at ADD. A lot of the stuff will become film or become television outside of that kind of media, but that form of media and that ADD network, All Depth Digital, has great potential on its own. With smart TVs coming and with all as much as they are, and there's a lot of growth, a lot of potential in building out this network, ADD, and a lot of money being invested, and people are going to work every day for this company. So I'm in this For real, I'm in this ADD thing and in this YouTube potential.
And the potential of working with Black Tree TV.
I'm working on the Blackstreet thing right now. We talk all the time.
Okay.
What advice would you give to the entrepreneur that is feeling burned out?
Re-energize. Feeling burnt out. I mean, you know, I wake up some morning sluggish and tired. I don't want to say this again because it sounds boring, but sit still. Because it's noise that takes you and makes you sick and makes you sad. It's the stillness that makes you happy and gives you creativity. And so sit still. You know, you can run. It slows the noise down, right? You work out, running. You can do yoga, physical practice, you know, and that could, you know, clear your mind some. But you can meditate as well. You may even go pray. But meditation, stillness, lets everything refresh, lets your brain reset, and lets the noise settle. Because what makes you burnt out or what makes you sick or weak is noise. You know, it's the fluctuations of the mind. So a good piece of advice is to wake up and light a candle and meditate. That all the stuff that's going crazy, and my mind's like a monkey. It's gonna go crazy in the head, especially when you start sitting. But then when the nervous system calms, the mind calms. And when the mind calms, it rests in perfection. And then from there, it's easy to go out and go to work. Carrying this, oh, I'm so stressed, I gotta do this, just tell yourself that. It's not real. You know, people say they're stressed, you know, the rich people are stressed. There's some poor people who live to be 100, they say poor, I mean, people who have less toys. Life's job is to be comfortable in a seat. You can operate from a calm seat. That's where happiness comes from, and that's where good ideas come from. And if you are not needy, always, because the sickness comes from the neediness. You know, stressed, I gotta get this, the neediness causes suffering. But without neediness, you attract everything. So you have to operate from a calm space.